our last episode, we continued our way farther down Mexico's Baja Peninsula and ended up in Abreojos just in time for Thanksgiving. Today's Thanksgiving, we're anchored in Abreojos on the Baja Peninsula, and since it's Thanksgiving, we gotta have a little feast. We've got 7 different boats in the anchorage. There's a couple boats out of the States, a couple boats out of Canada, an Australian boat, and some Germans. So quite a different mix of people, and it should be kind of fun. We're gonna have Thanksgiving dinner on that boat right there, which is Full Monty. They're from North Carolina. Some nice folks. And off we go.
Wow, you don't know how this works, too. You go back continuously.
If you can walk, you didn't do it right.
You don't stop eating dinner until I can't walk. And that's how it goes.
We had our newly found family of 18 cruisers, all seated for Thanksgiving dinner in Full Monty's cockpit, and had quite a bit of fun. And after Thanksgiving dinner was behind us, it was time to check out the area. Abreojos is an interesting little fishing town that survives off the lobster fishing industry. And they have some of the best beaches we've seen so far. After some hard days of exploring, it's important to fuel up with tacos. Most restaurants along the Pacific side of the Baja are part of somebody's house, and this place was no different. The fishing fleet in Abreojos was pretty active. It was pretty fun just to watch the boats come in and out. After a short few days in Abreojos, the weather changed drastically. Our nice calm anchorage had a huge swell and high winds ripping through it, which forced us to move on. Now we left Abreojos this morning. A big cold front moving through and the anchorage was torture. So off we go south to Santa Maria, which is about 160 miles. Got 25-30 knots of breeze and pretty steep little lumpy sea going, about 10 to 12 foot swell. So it's not the most comfortable, but we're getting there fast, I guess. Got about 30 hours to go, and then we'll be in Bahia de Santa Maria. We've got 5 boats in this little caravan today, which is kind of fun. It's kind of nice traveling with a group. Brenda's working on getting us some fish. Got about 30 hours to go, and might be a long night. Even though the seas were big and lumpy, traveling with the group meant that we had constant chatter and entertainment on the radio.
Are we there yet? Oh yeah, I'm here. I don't see land yet. I'm ready to put the anchor down.
I think I just gotta take a video here in a second to show you guys how nice it is when you have the spinning wheels on the side.
Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy.
How's it going, Brenda?
Good. I'm just waiting for some fish to bite my lure.
No luck yet?
No, not in a little while. I'm trying to catch a mahi-mahi.
Doesn't really look like you're trying very hard. It looks like you're screwing around.
What? It's pretty rocky out here. This didn't catch us anything, so we're gonna find something else that will catch us.
And sometimes it just takes the right lure and a little patience before you hook something big. Really tight. It's running out of line.
Jeff just lost his fish.
That was big, whatever it was. We generally use barbless hooks to not only give the fish a fighting chance, but also because something that big is better left in the sea. The breeze gusting in the low 40s and the seas building to 15 to 18 feet, all we could really do was sit back, let the boat do her thing, and try to enjoy the ride. It ended up being one of the worst nights at sea we've had in quite a while, but as the sun came up, we thought things were starting to turn around. Just as I was sitting back and enjoying the sunrise, a surprise wave came from way out in left field and slammed into the side of the boat. I had just enough time to stuff the camera in my pocket before it filled the cockpit and drenched me with a wall of water. We made it to Bahia Santa Maria. It was a bit of a rough passage getting here. Had 35 plus knots of breeze and some pretty steep seas that were unruly. But we made it, and probably going to spend a couple days here just recuperating, I guess. And try to check the place out. There's a estuary up here and a little tiny fishing village to see. And got our friends hanging around too, so be nice to have a nice calm anchorage for a few days. We spent a good day recuperating from our passage hangover, but after that, it was time to explore. So we loaded up the dinghies, headed up the mangrove-lined estuary, and went to see the fishing villages. Our good friends on sailing vessel Monkey Fist have been cruising for nearly 10 years, and with the help of the Lions Club in Australia, they've been delivering free eye exams and glasses to remote villages all across the Pacific with no access to those types of services. They carry thousands of pairs of eyeglasses on their boat, give out a basic eye exam of better or worse, more or less clear, and then hand over a free pair of glasses to somebody in need. As somebody who can't see without my glasses, I couldn't imagine going through life without them. After finishing up with the first village, we heard there was another village farther up the estuary. So we made our way there and set up another clinic. The woman on the very left has lived in the same house in the same tiny village for her entire life. And for the first time ever, she's been able to see her kids and her grandson clearly. Kind of amazing. We've been lucky enough to help out in a handful of villages now, and it's been one of the highlights of our time in Mexico. On our way out of the estuary, we were stopped by one of the fishermen and given a bunch of lobster. Here's your dinner. Gonna be tasty. With a bunch of lobster in hand, the only logical thing to do was to have a bonfire on the beach and cook them up over an open flame. Well, if you remember the wind and swell that helped get us here, it turned this normally peaceful little bay into a spot with some pretty good surf. On an incoming tide, the entrance to the estuary had some pretty fun waves that gave nice long rides. Most of the cruisers in this group we've been traveling with all carry paddleboards and surfboards. Our mornings and evenings of the handful of days we spent in Bahia Santa Maria, well, they were spent in the water. And there's almost nothing better than catching waves with your good friends right by your side. Right next to me is Paul from sailing vessel Monkey Fist. He stood up right here for about 3 seconds. And then he was gone. See you later. Well, our time in Bahia Santa Maria couldn't last forever. It was time to move on. So, join us next time as we make our way farther down Mexico's Baja Peninsula with stops in Magdalena Bay and Cabo. Thanks for watching and subscribing.